Welcome back to the Real Crypto Space, and today's video is going to be on Loopring.
Welcome back to the Real Crypto Space. As Louis said, we are going to be talking about Loopring in this video. Stay tuned, and we are going to be giving you guys the chart analysis as well. So if you guys do enjoy this video, and as you guys may know, it's not financial advice.
So as you know, all-time high was $3.45, so we are currently almost more than a 3x down from its all-time high. But of course, as expected with everything right now, as Bitcoin's only just touched 45k, and that's still very much down since its all-time high. So we can't be expecting anything to be really hitting all-time highs until Bitcoin does. But it's still recovered quite nicely from all the dumps that's been happening. And the good thing about it is more people than ever are starting to use it, with breaking milestones after milestones. So 50k users are now living that gas-free life with the L2 of Loopring. And as we see here, over 20k smart wallet users are now securing their funds with social recovery. Everything is just going up for Loopring. More people and more people are starting to use it. And the good thing about Loopring is if people can lock or shut down your bank without your permission, is it really your bank account? And no, it's not. It's all about being your own bank, and you can do that with Loopring. So it really is a great project to be in. But I know you guys all came for the technical analysis, so let's get into the technical analysis.
All right, guys, as you can see from here, we can see we've actually ended up pumping quite high, and we've ended up dropping because of the recent Bitcoin dump. And this massive drop actually ended up filling in this whole gap right here. As you can see from this whole area, this whole impulse that happened recently, all ended up getting filled from here, which is perfect to see. And that does show us that it could potentially start climbing back up again, because every time price pumps on the left hand side, it ends up, for example, it pumps, dumps, then continues. It, as you can, it pumps, dumps, and then fills in that whole area, then continues. So you got to keep that in mind, and that is what is actually happening right now from what we can see. So this could be a continuation to the upside, and I personally do think that this could potentially happen if we actually do start to continue higher. But one thing you guys need to keep in mind is that we are at a crucial point on Bitcoin, and it may be quite interesting to see what happens next for Bitcoin, because as you guys may know, Bitcoin as of right now has been in a massive upward trend, and nothing is healthy when it's in a massive upward trend, especially from a massive dump. Because as you can see here, this does not look sustainable at all. This massive trend line higher does not look sustainable at all. It's like we need to have dumps and then pumps, dumps and then pumps. But when it's just pumping, it is just, a death sign for Bitcoin. And I do think once we do come above potentially 45, 600, we could potentially dump down again. And that's not financial advice, obviously, but that's what we can see. Same thing with Loopring, it's failing to make them higher highs, as you can see here. Every time it tries to make a high high, it literally just dumps. And that's what we can see from the daily. If we go to the hourly, you'll be able to see it more understanding. So it tried to make that high high. We saw weakness, we retraced, and we ended up dumping. So in theory, you could have taken this trade from this swing high here to this swing low. There you go, this swing high right there, the top high. And as soon as it reaches 61.8%, you could have went for a short if you really wanted to. So that's something that a lot of day traders do, and you could have made a nice percent. But at this moment in time, it is just looking very weak, and it is finding it difficult to actually hold the $1 support. And I do think that as time does go along, we may actually see us losing the $1 support for Loopring. So that's something that we can potentially see. The weekly time frame, however, as you guys can see here, we've still got a massive bullish trend, and if we do break below this low, which is around 0.38, which is very, very far apart. Actually, you know what? 0.4 is the round number, so I'm going to go with 0.4. If we do break below here, we could actually end up being in a potential bear market, which we don't want to be seeing at all. Because as soon as we break below the psychological level 0.4, we could actually end up dropping, to them lower lows. And that's something we obviously don't want to be seeing. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind, guys.
So that is now it for this video. If you feel you've taken any value by watching this, then please make sure you press that like button and also press that subscribe button. It really does help us out. And yeah, thank you very much. Have a lovely rest of your day.